All right, peace, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Some of your favorite phrases, TGIF. I don't even know what that means. Thank God it's Friday. Means absolutely nothing to me. It's another day for me. We'll be at this on Saturday. We'll be at this on Sunday. So thank God for another day. Is how I view it. However, if you view it a different way, enjoy your weekend. I always say, if you have some time off, take some time to yourself to get something done. If you're like the rest of the world that complains about the job that they have, that time off, you probably should use that time off doing something to rid of that ailment or that pain or that job, whatever you would like to call it. Either way, I'm here to promote our 3 day land flipping challenge. Comment that word dirt. We are 4 days away, 4 days away from our 3 day land flipping challenge. Super excited about that. We have our private room, our Telegram room for the people that have registered. They're inside of that chat. A lot of people throwing a lot of comments around about what they would do as land investors and things like that. And that's what it does start with. It starts with a promise, it starts with a vision. If you have a vision and you see yourself being a land investor or owning land or owning a family compound, all we have to do after that is take the necessary steps to bring that vision to reality. Can be a real thing for you. First is going to start with step one. Step one is to get in the game. Step one tonight, if you're looking to get in the game, would be to comment the word dirt. That's step one, to get your registration link to secure your seat. Step two would be after Ice baby. What's young lady? Hey, I see you. I ain't see you on the calls. I don't know where you've been. I haven't seen you on the calls. All right. Step two, fill out the registration link. Join the Telegram room. Once you're inside of that room, introduce yourself. We're in that room. We'll say hi. We'll text back and say, thank you for being here. And then you can start to chime into the conversation. And then Monday night will be our kickoff night. And then we'll go live for 3 whole days, breaking down strategies that we've been using for the past 9 years, well, buying land and investing in dirt. 9 years of experience would have brought us to Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and we'll be giving you the steps that we have taken through the years, all the mistakes, brought us here, nice and packaged for you to get started. Currently, this week, if you don't know, as I always state, this is a revolving door. This is social media. There's new people always coming in. There's some people midway on their journey with us. There's some people that have been with us for quite some while, some years. I appreciate all. But if you are new to this platform, we'll start from the beginning. Acre Boys are active land investors. When I say active land investors, that means that we are in the game with you. If I'm in the game with you, what advice do you think that I'll be giving you? I'll be giving you up to date, current advice that I'm currently using, because me giving you things that don't work serves nobody. Doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve me. Me as being an instructor of the information, I want you to speak highly of me. I would love for you to give me a testimonial. In order for you to get that testimonial, I have to make sure that I'm giving sound information and you can score off of that information. All right. So we've been investing for the past 9 years, although we may be new to some land investing, and I still feel new. I still feel young at it, right? Time goes by really quick. So I still feel like a new land investor because there's so much to be done in this space, right? We flip land for a living. What is a land flipper? A land flipper is someone that has learned how to go out and find land under value, because we can't flip land if it's full market price. We have to find land that's undervalued, right? Makes sense? If it's undervalued, if we get it at the undervalued price, we can put it on the market for full asking price or the going market price. That is what land flippers do. That's how we turn profits from flipping land. Same business model as any other business. Buy low, sell high. Comment the word dirt to register for our 3-day land flipping challenge. It goes down 3/16 this Monday, kickoff night. Become a member now so we can have engagement now. We have a private room for all that register. We can speak before Monday night. That way we'll get to know what your desires are, what you're looking to learn from us, and things like that. So comment dirt, get registered now, come into our private room, and let's start having conversations about what your needs are. So as a land and flipper, we have to get it undervalued. How do we get it undervalued? We teach primarily two strategies to get it undervalued. Entry-level investing, tax deed investing. What is tax deed investing? When you're buying delinquent properties from a tax sale auction, properties that county, state, or local municipality have put liens on and foreclosed on and brought them back onto their books because the owner didn't pay the taxes. Then they have what they call a tax sale auction. And it's just, we happen to find out that most of us are just unaware about all of the auctions. You may have heard of some, but there's always an auction. There's 3,200 counties. Over 3/4 of them have an auction of some sort. All of them do something. But we just need to identify, do you need to know all 3,200 that do something? No. If you could identify a good 4 or 5, even 3 or 4 that you like to participate in, you can make a career at tax deed investing. How do I know that? Because when I was heavy tax deed investing, I'm still in the space, but I moved on to do bigger deals. When I was heavy in the space, I only played in three areas. And I did that for 3-4 years and had great success in 3 areas. Even, I'll get to that, but 3 areas is all you need. You don't need to know all 3,200s and what they're doing. You need to identify 3 markets that work for you. And as the instructors, we give you markets that have worked for us. And if they work for you, fine, have at it. Continue to have success at these places that we give you. However, if those are not the markets for you, we still train you to go out and learn how to locate different auctions, because we service people countrywide. I don't know what areas you're looking for. Is that South Carolina? Although South Carolina is a lien state, most people are unaware that you can buy tax deeds from South Carolina. You just have to know where to look. I know where to look. I know the site and the company that sells them as deeds. How does a lien go from a lien to a deed? That's called redemption period. Once the redemption period expires, what started as a lien turns into a deed. What's the difference between the lien and the difference between the deed? Deed only pays a percentage. Lien, you can take ownership of the property as soon as you have the deed. Which is more valuable? Depends on who you're asking. Depends on your philosophy. Which one is more valuable? Which one do I like? I like deeds. Me, myself, personally, if we're looking to turn over money, well, I won't say turn over, it's better yield. Let me explain that down to a T. A tax lien, if you're only investing a small amount, the percentage they'll pay you is going to be a small amount. But if you're buying a lien and you put down 200 grand, 250,000, and they pay you 13, 16, 18% on that, then that's a nice payday. That's a good spread, a good interest on your money. You'll never get that in the bank. So this is why the big boys, and this is why we say this This industry service, there's a place for everybody. Whether you're starting at entry-level denominations, you have to start where your budget allows you to start. People ask all the time, well, Ray, how much money do I need? I always say, start where you can start. Start with what your budget will allow you to start with. Clearly, if the budget is on swole, you can do more. You can start at higher levels. But if you have to start at places that may only offer $1,000 deeds, $1,500 deeds, there's no shame in that. Everyone has had a first day. Comment the word dirt. Register for our 3-day land flipping challenge. Get yourself in the room. Become a member tonight. Once you comment dirt, link will fire off and go to your inbox. Once it hits your inbox, all you have to do is click it, register, join our Telegram room. That's a private room where we're having private conversations off social media. And then we can begin, or you can begin to tell us what your needs are and interact with the other people in the room. Because it is 2026 and we just have to move a little different. Like right now, fatigue, energy is something, right? Energy determines on how we're going to move. I had good energy earlier on, but energy is like, it's like a meter. That meter gets low, the energy gets low, you get a little fatigue. I want to go and relax. That's what I want to do. But instead, it's my job to do what I said that I was going to do this morning. And my job and my half of my job is Jay does a live. We've committed to that. He does a live in the morning. I do it live in the evening. Now, who am I to renege on what my duty is? Although I'm tired. See, that's when you start to see your breaks. That's when your breakthrough comes. When you're doing what you said you was going to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Because the only reason people don't do things is because they don't feel like doing it. Why aren't you land investing? I don't know. I guess you don't feel like going to inquire about the information. Because everything that we want to do, if we feel like doing it, we do it. And I want you to have a full understanding of who the Acre Boys are, because we'll be giving off this energy all 2026. Because I kind of know, I used to coach high school basketball, so I know that at the head, the team will follow the energy of the head. And I'm not trying to be anyone's ruler. I'm just trying to say that inside with us, this is the type of time that we are. And I do know that energy moves around. So if you're not moving like this, you should probably get next to somebody that is moving like this to get some of that energy. Because there is power in proximity. And if you are moving higher than what we're moving and with better or more energy than what we're moving, I would love for you to join my community so it could rub off on me. I want to be around winners. I want to be around people that are looking to go to new levels. When they even get to that next level, they set a higher bar, look to go there. I use the word until. Don't stop until you succeed. And then when you hit that until, set a new until. That's the type of time that we're on. When it'll be like this. As long as you see us in existence on social, this is the kind of energy that you're going to get from us. Never mind how many deals we close. Never mind how much money we have made or making. None of that matters. Because there's no expiration date on what we're doing. At least in this mind frame that we're in. This has no expiration date no time soon. So I don't care about what we're doing or how much we have done. Let it accumulate. If we did 3,000 lives, then we're moving to 6,000. If we did however many posts last year, then we'll double that this year. If we did this amount of deals, let's talk about how do we double that. If we made this amount of money, let's talk about how do we double that moving forward. That's the kind of energy that we're on in time that we're on. And I want you to be on that type of time because I know that it's out there. I know that everyday people can get involved and take advantage of these things if they stick to them and implement and execute. I know that this can be done. How do I know it? Because I sat where you sat, except that I just sat there a long time ago. My first day was 9 years ago. You need to have yours if you're not in the space. Doesn't make a difference when I started. Has nothing to do with it. You just need to have your first day. And we're here to hold your hand and walk you through. And I'll be lying to say that someone didn't hold my hand at some point, because they did in the beginning. I did have a mentor, and they did hold my hand, and they did make sure that we wasn't making mistakes, because you're looking at an urban kid who had never heard about land investing or never was taught about it, or come from a family that they don't preach or talk about money or how to earn and keep money. So this is all self-taught. This is all trial and error. So when it comes to giving off information, I like to be right and exact, because somebody did that same thing for me. They made sure when I came out the gate, this space didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth. And me and Jay, we always say, go out and get you some POC, proof of concept. Once you get proof of concept that if things work or something works, you tend to want to duplicate what has been working or what has worked. So yes, we have helped thousands of people. Yes, we have had students make $100,000 months. Yes, we have students who have $60,000, $70,000 deals. Yes, we have students who made $30,000 on deals, $20,000 on deals, $15,000 on deals, $5,000 on deals, $3,000 on deals. I don't care about what the number is. Go get more. Let's rinse and repeat that. All right, comment the word dirt. Get yourself in the room, people. I promise you, the train is moving. I'm not sure where or what my brand will look like next year. I want you to be a part of it. I want you to be a part of the growth. I could promise you one thing: we won't be stagnant. Because if you're not growing, you're dying, and we're not dying. So I promise you, we will continue to grow. I just want you to be a part of the journey. Once you comment dirt, register for the Telegram room, and we're inside of that room. We get notifications once you come in. Say hello. Say, Ray, I was on your live, right? I was on your live. It was me. I was on your live. And I'll say hello back. And then we can have conversations about whatever your needs are and some of the things that you'll get like insight before Monday night. All right. And my overall goal is to inspire, motivate, inform, be informative. And my overall goal is I want to have the largest community of like-minded land investors that understands that this topic should be at the top of the conversation piece. Our data states that our core audience age bracket is from the age of 35 through 70. If you range or fall in between that range, 35 through 70, and if there's nothing more important than you finding ways to further take care of yourself and your family, then you may not be the person that I'm looking for. Because at that age, we don't have time to BS. At that age, nothing is promised. At that age, it's go time. At that age, this has to work or this has to work. What are we waiting for? What are you waiting for if you're in between that time? That term, get rich or die trying, should or I don't know what your goals are. Maybe getting rich may not be your overall goal, but however, you should be situating things for your offspring. That's honorable. So if you don't want to be rich, how about taking it and investing it so, God forbid, when it's your time to check out, we have done the right thing for the ones that's going to come after us. That's called generational wealth. Stop leaving our children to start off from square one. Right? Don't leave the children to have to figure the blueprint out or come out or come up with a blueprint like I had to do. And my family is very loving, but they just didn't know much about finances, or they didn't choose. See, I don't let nobody off the hook, even my family. They didn't choose to go out and seek information about finances for whatever reason. They didn't choose to seek the knowledge or look in books. I'm not that old to where when it was, segregated, and I understand where we come from. I understand that times was hard. How hard? Don't let people off the hook. How hard did they look? How hard are you looking? What type of input you putting in to make changes? Because I'll tell you that it is extremely hard with all the things that against you of this shade. It is extremely hard to be successful. So when you hear about things that can assist or inform you, you should probably take advantage of those things. Just the truth of the matter. And I don't care if that's for me or anybody else, because we don't have time to play, and they damn sure ain't coming to help you. Cold hard facts. Comment dirt, register for the 3-day challenge. It'll be a yay of a good time. And I pray that the information that we put out there to you hits home and resonates with you. And I pray that you do something with it. I pray that you implement what is being taught, what is being relayed to you. Because we can preach, we can teach till we blue in the face. But if you are not taking the information and doing something with it, it's equivalent to having your ears closed. You might as well not be there. Don't be the excited person that's running in place. Because we run across a lot of those people. They're just excited to be there. Be excited to do something. Be a doer. I'm a doer. And doers figure things out. Doers have the attitude of, all right, well, how do I figure it out? I know I'm going to figure it out. I won't stop till I figure it out. Those are winners. Then you got losers that attempt to do things, and at the first hiccup, I'm out of the game. The hell is Ray talking about? What is the Acre Boys talking about? Shit don't work. Don't be that person. Comment dirt. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Friday evening. I am a little tired. I got to be honest. We're working really hard over here. I promise you, we're working really hard over here. Today alone, we put up, 5 posts, 2 lives. Work in a private room. Behind this, we have staff behind the scenes that we deal with. We have other private rooms that we deal with. I got students that's inboxing that need help. And this is day in and day out. I'm not complaining, though. This is what you signed up for, and this is what comes up with it. But when you can relax, relax. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to relax. All right. Always love. I hope something I said moved or motivated somebody to take action on something, right? Comment dirt, get yourself in the room, join the Telegram group. Once you get registered, you'll see something that's telling you to join for the Telegram group. Join that group. If you was on this live, say, Ray, I was on the live, I'm in. I love an action taker. That says a lot about your character, that you followed instructions. Most people can't even do that on social media. So follow those instructions. I remember names too. So definitely say something to me once you're in that Telegram room. All right. Peace, y'all. Good night.